1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi team, this is Chris Abraham from GOHacademy. In today's video, we're going to look at the American Revolution. And we're going to specifically look at those first couple of years leading up to it. We call this the road to the American Revolution. Team, use this to help you prepare for your exams and this content. Okay. Let's talk about the American Revolution. And let's start before the American Revolution. Let's think about the road to the American Revolution. Who teaches this in your classroom, these events? Looking those years before, the official breakout. But we look at these years before we declare our independence. Who teaches this? Or who remembers this from school? I learned this in middle school or whatever. I'm teaching it right now. Okay, and we think about the official, what was the official breakup letter called? What was the official breakup letter with Great Britain? What was it? It happened in 1776. We say July 4th. This is the Declaration of Independence. So I'll just call this the Declaration of Independence, right? But before we broke up with Great Britain and decided to become officially an independent country, right? These events happened, and almost all these events occurred where? These events were happening where? In what colony? In Massachusetts, right? So the American Revolution, in terms of different events in the U.S. history, this one, a lot of times is emphasized because a lot of those events happened in Massachusetts, right? A lot of those key events. Now, a lot of these events leading to the American Revolution, some of them were involving being taxed. Is that right? Taxes. Which one of these were taxes, where there was taxation without representation? Where were the taxes? People were getting upset at taxes. Okay, we got the taxes for sugar and molasses. We got taxes, the Stamp Act, taxes on printing materials, getting an official stamp. We got taxes on teas. Does everyone see that? That's an A, a B, a C. 3 examples when the colonies, like Massachusetts Bay Colony, were being taxed, and they were getting taxed without representation. Is that fair? Some of these things, so taxes is definitely one factor that led to breaking up with Great Britain. Some of these things were political unrest, social unrest. Let's see, which one were those? Which one was unrest? Social and political unrest. Yes, we could go in there. I'm going to actually start. Yes. So if we're going a little earlier, we have to ask, why were they being taxed? Well, they were being taxed because maintaining the 13 colonies was very expensive. When you're going to go back and you're going to study this section, you may want to go and watch this video on the 13 colonies. Is that fair? And this video on Age of Enlightenment. And that will kind of talk a little bit about that other stuff, if that's fair. Okay. A lot of unrest going on. We have things like the Boston Massacre, the Boston Tea Party. These are really good examples of social unrest and violence, political unrest. Thumbs up. Now, which one of these events led to this one here, the Coercive Acts? The Coercive Acts are also known as the Intolerable Acts. And this is where Great Britain did 4 things. You want to write this down. They shut down the harbor, the Massachusetts Bay Colony Harbor. They arrested anyone that wrote anything against the British government, protested against the British government. You could be thrown in jail without a jury, and they could take away your arms, your weapons. Now let's go through those again. The Coercive Acts, Well, first of all, what caused the coercive acts? Why did Great Britain punish Massachusetts so badly? What was the cause of the coercive acts or intolerable acts? The cause was what? Say it again. I didn't hear you. The Boston Tea Party, right? What exactly was the Boston Tea Party? What's wrong with the little T? What happened during the Boston Tea Party? The basics, the Cliff Notes. A riotous, drunken mob threw millions of dollars of tea into the harbor, British tea, because they were upset at getting taxed without representation, right? And as a punishment, Great Britain did what again? What were those 4 things under the coercive acts, or as we like to know, the Intolerable Act? What did Great Britain do? What 4 things? It shut down the what? Great Britain did what to punish the Massachusetts Bay Colony? They shut down the harbor. Write that down. What's the other one? They arrested anyone that did what? Protested, wrote anything, said anything negative about the British government. You would be able to be thrown in jail without a jury, without habeas corpus, so you lost your due process rights. And the last one, so we got the harbor, we got thrown in jail, we got trial without a jury, we got being arrested if you said or did anything, and taking away your arms, taking away your weapons, right? Okay. Team, if you found this video helpful, I want you to give it a big thumbs up and check out a GOHacademy workshop. I'm sure you'll find them very helpful. Team, take care. Bye, team.